Wake up, gamers, cause you're listening to Big Think Dimension with KZ Xcellent,
I'm optimistic about things.
Dan and Bob Video Games,
You see that mountain? You can fuck another man on that mountain.
and Mr. Feel
Lords of Shadow is a bad game.
here on GigaBoots.
Has anyone here had Rain energy drinks?
No.
Never heard of it.
Have you seen this shit? Yeah, no, it's fucking
Does
weird.
it have the guy from Mortal Kombat on it? Or is it like hardcore? It's like an Emperor's reign and not like the weather.
It's an Emperor's reign. So it's an Emperor's reign. So when you said the guy from Mortal Kombat, I'm like, yeah, I'll drink a Kotal Khan energy drink.
Ooh.
That'd be raw. But yeah, no, it's a knockoff.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah.
That shit's called Rain.
Yeah. Were you reading it as regen?
Oh, no. I got confused because the can looks so similar to Bang.
Yes,
drink.
yes, it's just a knockoff of Bang. It came out right after Bang started blowing up.
I prefer Boom.
I've never had Bang either.
There's a bit more damage.
Bang's not very great. I don't like it. The cotton candy one's okay, but it's cotton candy.
The only energy drink I drink anymore is I drink sugar-free Red Bull, and that's it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I've had sugar-free Red Bull. There's an appeal.
Do they have a bigger version of Bang that's just called Big Bang?
No, but they have a really big one that's called Gallic Gun.
Yes.
Raw.
I'm getting hype.
See, that joke is because we hit the goal for our Dragon Ball movie podcast review series, which we may or may not announce the name of by the end of this big thing.
Speaking of that, there's certain other goals that are now approaching.
You say that as though it's a foe on the horizon, and you are correct to do
That's
so.
going to be great because Bob will be hosting that podcast.
It's true.
What?
Oh no.
Bob is the biggest fan of that series, so of course he has to host it.
Bob, I can't believe we're finally doing a Senran Kagura podcast.
Oof, I'll take Bleach over that.
We get to get a thumbnail where Bob is drawn as Byakuya.
God.
Bob Kuya.
This is a nightmare.
I will defend a full season of that show.
One whole season. Now, is that spread
That's
across
what's going to be
multiple,
awesome
or-
for Dan, who knows nothing about Bleach, where it's like the first season is good. It's paced really well. It looks nice. It's covering one of the stronger parts of the series, and then it just goes off the cliff.
I actually do have a tiny frame of reference for Bleach, the live-action film.
Oh yeah, that was raw. Well, there were a couple scenes that were raw. The rest was trash.
Dude, the ending fight scene was unreal levels of, why wasn't the whole movie this?
Yeah, the ending fight scene is directed by the guy who usually directs the Devil May Cry cutscenes.
Yeah.
Oh, was this like the Netflix one?
Yeah, but it was made in Japan.
Yeah,
it was just
it's-
released on Netflix.
It's just released on Netflix, yeah. It's no Death Note
Bleach,
scenario.
The Netflix.
Yes, Bleach the Netflix.
Ichigo wasn't played by emo Peter Parker.
And that's good. You know what? This is going to surprise everyone. I don't think I played anything in the last week. Bob, have you?
Okay, not much, but I was in a waiting room for a while, so I had a chance to try out Granblue Fantasy,
Ooh.
Okay,
the mobile
Bob.
game.
Give us our mobile update.
Oh, good.
The Love Live event was going.
The Love Live event for Granblue?
Yeah, there's all kinds of fucking collaborations. Like there was a Zone of the Enders one. You could get the main Zone of the Enders mech as a summon.
That's raw.
Yes.
You can get Eren from Attack on Titan in his Titan form as a summon. You can get Morgana in the Van form. Joker is a unit you can get. You can get all the Love Live girls as units. But did you register fast enough to get any of those free rolls they were doing?
I got a free roll. I got like a 10 roll. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. And I got one of the characters in the new fighting game that's coming up that the girl who uses the claim Solias.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But
Yeah, most of those characters that they've announced so far, you get versions because it's a mobile game, so every character has like 15 different versions, the popular ones anyway.
of course.
So you get like all of those characters that they've shown so far in the in the story. If you play the actual story, you get like a version of them.
But as far as the Love Live event goes, because that's what I played most of, because that was going, it has like every member of Muse. I was a little weirded out that I say I played it, but really it was a visual novel about them being transported to Final Fantasy land and not being able to explain what an idol is.
Here's how every event in Granblue Fantasy goes. You get like a visual novel story. Maybe there will be 1 or 2 fights in it that are very, very easy. And the rest of the event is grind to get the rewards on the reward chart.
Yeah, it looked like you could easily get they'd give you like 3 of the girls just for playing through the story, but then the other ones required items, and I was like, oh no, how bad is this?
Yeah, you have to grind to get the items.
How hard is it going to be to get Nico?
It's a gacha game where you're going to be in there a lot.
And when you first start up the Love Live event, it's like, hey, do you want to switch to a girl? That'd be, I think that you'd prefer that if you played as a girl. I think you'd really enjoy it more if you did.
Yeah, because there's no boys in Love Live. That's an actual joke. Like when they show public bathrooms in the Love Live anime, my understanding, I haven't actually watched, but my understanding is there's just no male one.
You know, I've watched the first season of that. I didn't notice, but now that you're bringing it up, like, okay, I guess that's right.
Now, Bob, I'm going to tell you the best way to play Granblue Fantasy. Ready?
Okay.
Follow enough people who play it so you find out when they're giving out free stuff, log in those days, and ignore it every other moment.
Yeah, no, I won't devote time to this, period. But it's kind of neat to boot it up. And I like this weird alt story with the Love Live characters. I also got to play, just before we started recording this podcast, about 5 to 10 minutes of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That's it.
Did they put out a demo or something?
No, the full game's out, so I just rented it.
Yeah, it's out.
Oh, it's out.
Yeah.
I didn't even fucking hear anybody talk about it.
Right, it came out like 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. It was right before Fire Emblem. It was like the week right before it, so everyone immediately stopped talking about it.
Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Is it a no? I saw plenty of stuff on it when it came out.
I had no idea it came out a month ago.
Oh, yeah. Like, there was plenty of stuff when it came out, and then the Fire Emblem wave came in.
Mm-hmm.
We got swallowed by people saying, like, Hubert looks like a rat, but I still want to fuck him. I'm like, ugh.
From what I saw, that Ultimate Alliance looks good.
It seems okay. Like I said, I've played 5 or 10 minutes. It's not really anything to judge it by, but I
This is like the iconic one-team Sonic racing race.
Yeah. I have a lot of time to play video games.
Mm-hmm.
Having not played it at all, it looks so much more visually interesting than the other two that had the really desaturated colors and more boring aesthetic for the first 2 Ultimate Alliance games.
Yeah, it does look better than a game from 2008.
Yeah, those 2 360 games were really,
It
like, one was
unfortunately
super
came out
early
during
on.
the Dead Zone.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, it was like, we need realistic graphics. What does that mean? And then they were like, realistic graphics means it gives the viewer manic depression, right?
Yeah.
The X-Men Legends games might look better than the Marvel Ultimate Alliance first 2 games.
I think you're right.
I think I bought X-Men Legends 1 6 months ago.
Right.
I remember really liking that.
Yeah, it's probably good. It's probably all right.
And unlike Burst Limit, I'm like, I should buy this to see if my opinion of it holds up or not. Seemed like a good idea.
All I could think about, because that was my experience too with the new Marvel game, where it was like people talked about it for what felt like 2 days, and then Fire Emblem happened, is that stupid idiom that's like a rising tide lifts all boats, and it's like, no, some of them capsize and get buried at the bottom of the ocean.
There's too many posts about how much Flynn likes fish.
God fucking...
She loves that fish.
No
The
good
weird
memes
thing
came
is
out of Marvel.
the same company developed both, so they just like slit their own wrists.
That's it though. I don't really. That's all I had time to play.
Yeah, I over this last week I've been doing a lot of research on shit and dealing with a bunch of stuff, so I didn't have time for literally any game. Just trying to catch up because August ended, So trying to catch up on podcasts, trying to finish some research on some other stuff, trying to nail stuff down, et cetera, et cetera. And just today, I got to the point where I could even clean up around this fucking place. So, some normalcy in my life is appreciated.
Just a little. Don't want to get too used to it.
Yeah, no, don't want to get too used to living anything like normal humans get to live.
Just gotta work on living moss.
Yeah!
I mean, to be fair, I could go for some Taco Bell.
It's not healthy, Dan.
No, that's not.
It started like a triple
Gotta eat
crunch
that
wrap.
sand.
Wait, yeah,
What?
that's right. The
They have
triple
what
cut-
now?
I tried that. I got
triple crunch wrap. So imagine it's 2 shells. The shell
Oh,
that
that looks
separates it.
good. How is it, Bob?
It unfortunately still has way too much lettuce and sour cream that makes it not good.
It's enough where you're even slightly lactose intolerant. Your entire throat will be coated in mucus by the end of it because of all the extra nacho cheese and sour cream.
I'm not lactose intolerant, so I'll eat like 12 of them.
But yeah, I swapped it out the beef for the fried chicken. It tasted okay, but Taco Bell cannot seal a product right, so
No.
just the top of it's always open.
I feel like they used to have a magical spell that would cast, and somebody disenchanted all of their stores because they can't wrap shit anymore. I ordered a thing there from the other day, and I almost brought it back up to the counter to go, "Hey man, you doing all right today? You okay? Is everything all right?"
I have not had anything as bad as my Subway experience the other week.
Oh, no.
I order a flatbread.
Okay.
The dude starts trying to fold it, gives up, and shoves the whole thing basically open into the to-go bag. I get it out. I'm like, what happened? How did this happen?
Who murdered my sandwich?
You and Bob gotta move, or you just need to drive 30 miles whenever you're hungry.
Just on my lunch break, I guess I'll drive 30 miles to get away from this nightmare.
Yeah, no, that's that. I think about driving 30 miles to get away from this nightmare all the time.
Off a cliff.
Truth. I can't remember the name of the burrito they made, but the idea with the breakfast burrito I got was that it was like, oh, it's a little bit of everything. So it's like called Suprema or some shit like that. I can't fucking remember. Anyways. Oh, yeah, okay.
Suprema, the teenage
Yes,
burrito.
Suprema, the teenage burrito. No, I think it's just called like a scrambler. Yeah, Grandi scrambler. There we go. Anyways, so, it's got a lot of stuff in it. Imagine you get it. It's not folded or wrapped at all. It's just the saddest fucking thing.
You motherfuckers have scared me from my own Taco Bell. I have started ordering from the higher tiered taco place in town just because I'm like, you know what? What if they just turn to Dan's and Bob's? I need to take this chance now before it gets bad.
I mean, I do now go through my orders with a fucking fine-tooth comb before I leave because I ordered the Nachos Supreme and they gave me the shitty normal nachos that don't even have any beef, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Look at your fucking screen.
So now I have to fucking check every single time.
Well, see, that's the problem with working in fast food. It's kind of like trying to play hero. You have to be literate, and that's a problem sometimes. Being able to read.
Not a requirement for the job.
I mean, based on how my orders are fulfilled, yeah, clearly.
Oh, I got one other gaming related thing this week. I got a new gaming keyboard.
Oh, fuck, I forgot that we should bring this up.
Oh,
But I haven't been able to play anything on it yet.
Fuck.
Yeah, Bob
You're a
has
gamer god, just like Fuckman.
This is how you this is what you've heard of Fuckman, Tales of Fuckman on Twitter.
Former Amazon ambassador.
Former Amazon Fulfillment Center ambassador. Fuckman.
Oh, okay. The one who can talk to gamer girls?
The one.
Yeah, by calling them ugly. Yes, that one.
For those who don't know, we're talking about. Anyways.
No, why did you have to reveal it? We were forming a new character to go in the channel radical group.
I'll beep it.
Okay.
But it's a Cherry MX Silent keyboard.
And so those are the switches that go in a keyboard. Instead of being MX Reds or MX Blues or MX Grays, Bob's are MX Silent.
Yeah, they're very quiet. I'm gonna mash it a few times.
I heard that.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah,
like,
because he's smashing his hand on a keyboard, but it's not. Compare that. How about this? Compare that to mine. And, mine's a little more
I didn't
pronounced.
hear anything.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. It's a mic thing.
oh wow,
Discord, eat your noise.
I don't know. Whatever. We'll find out when we go to edit.
right?
I'm gonna
Who
shit
knows?
my fucking pants.
But his keyboard is much quieter than
Yeah,
mine. I think the number one reason why Bob got a quiet keyboard is because mine is not quiet and it may drive him insane.
Slightly. But yeah, the Corsair Strafe. It was on refurbished program, so I got it for like $70. It was a good deal.
Is there a high grade model that's called the Circle Strafe?
I don't think so.
Ah, jeez.
But
we should describe it real quick.
Does it constantly flash rainbows like
It's
mine?
doing it right now.
Yeah, it
it's
has
doing a
different
fucking
modes.
circular rainbow mode. So that way it's rotating the colors around the entire keyboard.
But you can just turn that off.
Except yours is way more high end than mine. I just got like a Red Dragon K502, which is $20.
Oh,
The funny thing is Red Dragon is a camera from that Red company that costs 40 grand. So when you said, I just got a Red Dragon, I'm like, the thought that there's a cheap product out there called that's making me lose it. But how much was yours, Bob?
70, so it wasn't too bad.
You said it was refurb? Or
Right.
renewed?
Right, they called it renewed, but it sounded like that just meant, this has been returned and refurbished.
The company that makes our cameras, they came out with a new one and shipped it on the day they announced, which is unprecedented for them. Usually you wait 9 months to a year to actually be able to order it from them, or you pre-order it in advance and you wait that long. Fucking the cameras shipped out and they had scratches and shit on them, and people are like, what the fuck? Imagine you bought a multi-$1,000 piece of equipment and it shows up with a gash in the front of it.
Yeah, that's insane.
It is completely insane. Imagine the PS5 launch where you get it and part of the console's melted.
Ugh.
We made it out of old PS5s. You did old what?
Wait a second, what? Yeah,
Time travel.
We launched the PS5 in Brazil 2 years ago. But hey KZ, what you been playing?
I've continued to play Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm about 11 chapters in now.
How many houses have you beaten?
Still working on this first one.
Okay.
The lovely Blue Lion's house, where everything is fine until they occasionally go kill them all, which I really appreciate.
Everything is fine until the lovely Blue Lions want to make the other houses big because they're their rivals.
Oh, no.
No, I think that's a Golden Deer thing.
No, I mean Ash is in the house. He's probably into that.
No, don't try to ruin that character.
Oh man.
The fucker's already ruined. You need to get more of his supports.
I haven't. All of the supports I've gotten with him are perfectly normal, except for the one where he's just a bottom. But yeah, I've been enjoying my time with that. The story has stepped up a little bit. Still pretty engaged with it. That game's pretty long.
Oh, chapter 11. So that means you've
the last
gotten
chapter. I
Byleth Forma Verde Lima.
yes, I love French. You're correct. I have been continuing to go through that. Everything seems to be going pretty good. Haven't really gotten blown up by anything in the game just yet. It's been a very, very pleasant time. Aside from that, since there's not much else to say besides I'm still playing it, still working on it, still
Cool.
real long. I did a Kingdom Hearts 2 speed run yesterday, so I burned through that in less than 6 hours, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Had a great time. Hung
Lots
out
of-
with friends. Dan was there until customers came into his work, and then he had to hang up. At one point, he was explaining something for 25 straight seconds, and he goes, "And there's a customer." And then I don't even think he finished the word, and he was already out.
Look, I tried to be the most productive person I can be at all times.
Whenever it's a Wednesday, I go, I could stream. He probably needs this. He could probably use a pick-me-up of some sort as I attempt to explain OLEDs to people.
That was
Doesn't let them know QLED is better.
okay. That bit needs to die. Because people saying QLED TVs are fine is fine, but sitting there being like QLED's better than OLED is upsetting on the level of Samsung literally just went, how can we cause market confusion for our own profit?
That's capitalism, baby.
Yes, it is.
Yes. But I enjoyed running that, and I made no attempts to learn the run in any way. It was just going off muscle memory and just knowing where to go. Still did that in like 5 hours, 45 minutes, which was really good because, I was distracted by things, and it was also a stream, so I bet if I looked things up, I could really hammer that time down. Which I came out of that feeling pretty good about it. I might mess around more with that, but that's my week. It's just been recording Fire Emblem and that one stream.
Well, that's cool.
KZ, I'm going to need you to submit that stream to Speedruns because you did get on the board. I want somebody to have to watch that stream and hear the shit we talked about to confirm that you legitimately beat the game in that time.
God, they do have to verify those runs. Oh, this ain't good. That one part where Sophie didn't know what an 18-wheeler was and had to count each wheel on it and forgot the number 6. The parts where Phil actually got racist. There's a lot that happened in that stream.
I don't think that happened. I think you're making that up.
I don't think I am, but
there was
Phil, you could tell us what you're playing. Maybe, I don't know.
I like the part where Phil.
This isn't fair. I don't remember anything that happens in those streams. They're all too long.
You were there for 3 hours.
That's a long time.
Dan, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I like the part where Phil had to explain what anamorphic widescreen was to Sophie.
Did I explain that? I thought I explained pan and scan.
Oh, that's the same idea, basically. Because anamorphic is the actual widescreen with the bars on top and bottom, and pan scan's the opposite.
Then you told her to repeat it.
Yeah, no, it was good.
She kinda did.
She did. She stumbled.
Kinda. KZ, my memory came back. There was no racism. There was just me explaining how I accidentally let someone steal an $8,000 bathtub when I worked at Home Depot. So if you want to hear that story, go watch the VOD of KZ's Kingdom Hearts 2 speedrun.
Go watch all 5 hours.
You're right. I might be mistaking you for Carl.
Yes.
PM would have shown up, but you caused him psychic damage, so he didn't come in.
Oh.
In which
How did I do that?
I was trying to talk to you about something, and you said, "Leave me alone. I'm coloring." That destroyed him, and he just never came in after that.
Look.
But yeah, that's been my week.
What was it? I like the part where Carl asked me what Banjo-Kazooie game I would play if I had to play one of them again. And I said nuts and bolts, and he left the call.
That's a good bit. I like that bit.
But Theo, what have you been playing?
Said I was gonna wait till the Cheater DLC came out to do another route of Fire Emblem, but I didn't. I just started another one, and so I've been doing that over again. Since I have now successfully stolen every single recruitable student, which has made something sad. Because at the end of one of the months, you have to. It's called the White Heron Cup, and you have to elect a student to do a dance. And of course, if in a normal playthrough where you don't steal every single student from the other classes, it's like 3 pretty girls. But I stole every single available student. So in my run, it was the girl I picked. Dee-Doo, the giant buck white man.
What a lad.
And the only person I did not recruit, because I don't like him, Ignatz from the Golden Deer House, who is like a little Melvin with glasses and a mushroom bowl haircut. And fucking Shamir still said Dee-Doo was better because she's a contrarian. But I still won. But that's literally all I've been playing. Oh, no, wait, no, it isn't. I take that back.
Okay.
I played more Janemba and can now sufficiently say he's clown shoes in terms of the fucking bullshit he can do. He's insane. He has a teleport that you have 8-way control on.
Oh, good.
I'm glad we're never playing that game again.
No, it'll be raw. Also, his key blast, where you just mash the button and some characters can throw a bunch. He spawns his arm from portals at 45-degree angles from you to hit you with them. You can just say, no, I only want the ones that shoot from behind.
So we're playing that tonight, right?
No, we're playing Street Fighter 3.
Also, he has 2 level 1 supers. One of them carries the other person to the corner no matter where you are.
Oh, you're talking about like that weird, like...
The pillar. The pillar will always carry them to the... Now, it doesn't put you up their ass. You have to get in there and keep them in the corner. But the fact that even if you're completely on the other end of the screen, if you land that, it's taking them all the way.
I just watched the trailer again recently because I didn't have time to play him and went, man, that Japanese voice for him is real bad.
I can only imagine.
It just sounds like Boo again.
Yeah, he's like...
Oh, yeah, I have heard it. Man, it's been a while. A thing I might not say after we watch it for our Dragon Ball movie podcast.
I'm willing to bet that's in the top 10.
I don't know. We have over 2 years worth of content to go through.
God, I hope that's not in the top 10.
There's like 28. There's like 28.
Bob,
Yep.
Bob, if the Janemba movie's in the top 10, I'm going to have to be shooting myself with narcotics to stay awake during these.
Hopefully that movie's better than last time we watched it. We were just in a bad place.
Oh, no. Let's hope you're not too jaded.
You don't like Dragon Ball Z movies? You must be jaded.
But you know how we were able to start this amazing upcoming Dragon Ball movie podcast? With the help of the Podlords.
Gasp!
The Podlords for this episode of the Big Think Dimension are Danny Richardson, Notgak, E. Lee Broyles, Pycon Raw, Humba Wumba, Corey Brown. You know, now that I'm seeing how long this list is, I see how we hit that goal sooner than expected. Dank Mormons, Red Blaze 27, Jucifer, Suzu Shiro, Matty Mo, Heaven's Evidence, Zavik Video Games. Hey, that's
Cringe before him!
that's brand confusion. I'll sue you.
Emperor Zero, Ramicus, Luminous 777, and Mitzi. Thank you very much to our Podlords.
Thank you, dear Podlords. Blessed be thy name.
Thank you very much. I'll see you in court,
Don't gone, Podlords.
Thanks a lot, Podlords. I'm gonna get some water for the Podlords. Anybody else want water?
Yeah, I'll take a water for the Podlords.
So our first piece of news, hey, Mr. Hail Xeon, insinuating that I only know the word defenestrate because I learned it from a cartoon. No, Xeon, I learned it from a book. I can read, unlike some people, apparently.
Oh, God. I read Goosebumps.
They don't have words like defenestrate in a fucking Goosebumps novel.
Yeah, they have Ooga Booga.
Maybe if they're real hardcore.
KZ seems awfully attacked by that statement. KZ, can you actually read?
No, I could read.
Okay.
I just went, oh no, he's going in so hard. Xeon never did none to nobody.
Xeon at that moment looks like Piccolo taking the beam. Listening to this podcast, he's throwing out his arms and getting disintegrated.
This is really tragic.
I think we should cover real news like Bubble 4 Friends.
Here, I thought this was a segue into disintegration, but
No,
sure.
No, that would be clever.
We have a goal. We have to promote this podcast enough that they send us 4 review codes for Bubble 4 Friends.
Oh.
We'll send them the Soul Seraph clip so they know that how we cover video games on here.
hey, I've been very positive about video games I've gotten review codes of, like WayForward's amazing Mighty Switch Force collection. This is where someone's like, oh man, Dan's just really positive about any game he gets a review code for. Go watch the Freedom Planet review.
Come on, Dan. Don't you think you're being a little too nice?
I just like to bring balance to feel.
Feels a sociopath.
Whoa! Why do you keep saying these
shit!
things?
Oops, man, sometimes this mute does not work.
You know, it's funny. What was it? The 8-Bit guy on YouTube, he put up a video of his panel he did for a convention in the last week where he talked about doing tech support for a tech company in the 90s. One of his coworkers would hit the mute button and scream at the customer, just to vent. One time, it didn't work.
Oh, no!
So he just hit the mute button, the phone didn't fucking register it, and he called them a fucking dumbass.
Oh.
He's like, weirdly enough, didn't lose his job. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'm turning into a raisin.
Could you fucking imagine that level of job security in the modern day? Anyway.
No.
Bubble Bobble 4 Friends is a game. It's coming out in Europe, weirdly enough, pretty soon, but it won't come out in America until spring.
Whoa.
Yeah. One site says spring 2020.
Yeah,
the other
strange.
site says the first
What
3
year
months
is
of
it?
2020. So I don't know which they're referring to because 2 different sites say 2 different things. But either way, we're not getting it till months later, which is real fucking weird. Meanwhile, Europe's getting it on November 19th. In case you guys can't put it together,
What's the fucking reason for
I
that?
have no idea. Maybe Taito outsourced it to Europe. I have no idea.
No, they literally said that it is being made in Japan. They like reconfirmed that, but apparently it is made for the Western audience. I didn't realize that meant mainly for Europe.
It meant Europe. I don't know. Maybe Bubble Bobble was a huge hit over there, even more so than the other 2 regions, but I don't know about that.
Is this like coming to Switch or?
Yeah, the whole thing with this is that it's coming to Switch and it's 4-player. So you can do 4-player co-op. And it is normal gameplay like Bubble Bobble, which is a single screen action game like they used to make with arcades. You take your cute little dinosaur that shoots bubbles out of it, and you encapsulate the monsters that are on each set of screens, and then bounce on them to destroy them. It's kind of just a really cutesy game. Looks like they're throwing in a lot of Taito nostalgia, so there's now a map based on Space Invaders, stuff like that.
The fact that you have to explain what Bubble Bobble is making me turn to stone. I feel
most of my friends I've had ever have never played that game. Like, yeah, Bob, did you play it before you met me?
No, I had no idea what Bubble Bobble was. I was like, what? No, these things are from Bust a Move.
The only time nerd cred has ever worked on me is my entire life. I never met a single person really that had played Bubble Bobble before they met me. But one time I saw a chick with a Bubble Bobble tattoo and I was like, that's fucking awesome. 1, because someone actually fucking knew what Bubble Bobble was. And 2, Bub is a cute fucking dinosaur. Bubble Bobble's an alright game. People should try it. Rainbow Islands, maybe not as good. Rainbow Islands, by the way, is the sequel. A lot of people don't know that either. There was a PS1
I guess it'll
game
make more sense to like import this, like buy digitally in Europe.
Yeah, that's what I honestly see myself doing, because waiting months for this to show up in the United States is kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm tempted to do that sort of thing with the Ninja Warriors game.
Oh yeah, is that coming out somewhere else?
It's already out in other territories.
What?
Yeah, it comes out like I think next month here, so it's not too bad.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it's weird. This has been like a weird trend for a little bit. It's strange.
I almost considered there's the new Yu-Gi-Oh game coming out that's coming to Switch. For some reason, has been out in Japan 6 months early. Has the full localization on it. Like you could just pick it up.
I just imagine some of our European listeners fucking listen to this and be like, "Oh, what a concept! Having to wait for games for a couple months." Fuck you, KZ. There's a lot more countries in Europe.
I don't think he knows that.
Porridge.
We may have to send him a map.
Oh no, not again!
And the map.
Fast and the Furious.
The map will literally just be labeled England, not England.
This big circle says still Europe.
KZ plays bully and then gets that mini game where you have to name countries in Europe.
Dude, that was so hard. That was hard when I played that 15 years ago. It was hard now.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited for that. I like Bobble. Never beaten the NES game. Maybe I'll do it someday on some sort of series about avenging my childhood.
You don't have time for that.
Yeah, I do. I'll find time for that. You got to find times for the important things in life. Hey, Bob.
What's up?
So I want to keep up the hype train, so don't talk about any news story except for Shantae.
Okay.
Because I don't like your other news stories.
Shantae 5 has some new info announced.
Yeah.
We got a release date.
We did?
Yeah, it was, we got a release month. It's in October. So Shantae 5 is going to have TV-style cutscenes. The backgrounds look hand-drawn now.
Wait a second. What is TV-style cutscenes?
That's what they put his note saying. And then some animator guy.
I have to assume they just mean animated.
Yeah, it's probably animated with voice acting.
I mean, that's
like
cool.
They had to write this for 60-year-olds.
They wrote it for investors.
It just puts like a TV border around the screen.
Ooh.
Shantae 5, the controller of choice, the LG TV remote.
Yeah, I think they also talked about it coming out in October, but now I'm not seeing that. So maybe I'm just...
Bob was hoping.
I'm crazy. All right, they didn't actually say that. This yet to be announced release date. I'm crossing
We know it's
here.
this year, I think.
Yeah, we know it's this year.
They confirmed it's this year. That's good. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about a release date, even on their own site. So they don't have that. You're probably just thinking about River City Girls.
Yeah, maybe.
Isn't that coming out in September or
River
October?
City Girls just next month?
Yeah, I see.
I'm pretty sure River City Girls is September.
Yeah, I think it's September.
Yeah. How's this game going to play on the Stadia?
Good.
Actually, it's not on the Stadia.
They
Weird.
poorly like
Apple,
everything else.
Apple Arcade.
Right.
So phones.
Yeah, and of course PS4 and Switch, but not Stadia.
Literally everything but Stadia. It's almost like that's a good plan.
Yeah, Xbox One's on there too. So
4K resolution, hand-painted visuals.
Yep.
That's cool. Bob, I'm not letting you talk about any of your other news yet.
Okay.
Because I want to get all the happy news done. Oh no, is that all the good news this week?
What are you talking? I got great news.
Okay, Casey, go ahead.
Need for Speed Heat announced. That's it.
Oh, were you afraid it was going away, or how is this good news?
It's not necessarily good news, despite me saying it was good news 15 seconds ago.
Okay.
It's news, though.
It's weird.
I have to assume EA is really excited about this title because they've decided to announce it not at E3.
And not at Gamescom either, just randomly.
Oh.
EA announced this brand new Need for Speed game in August. Also, the last one was the most microtransaction filled to the point where it's like, these are loot box-esque cards, and you need the cards to make a card that is good in the game, and then pay money to have good stats. It was just as egregious as NBA 2K.
I saw some, the advertisement stuff for it, the hype sheet they put out said something about having an 80s aesthetic to it, and then I watched the trailer, and I didn't get that at all. It just seemed like generic.
Feel like they're trying whatever works. Didn't one of the Need for Speed games, a couple of years ago, did FMV cutscenes? Live action?
Yeah, that one was just called Need for Speed.
Oh, good. And they've already used that one up.
Okay, so Bob, here's what they meant by 80s. The game seems to take place in Miami because there's palm trees everywhere.
Right.
And I see pink and teal in the trailer.
Right. No, I saw those colors, but then nothing else really made me feel like I was in 80s.
Those are no, that's it. That's it. Those are 80s colors now.
One dude really liked Vice City. The cover, not the game.
Not the game. Not the soundtrack either.
Oh. Well, this is kind of sad because this isn't Burnout.
Yeah, I'd much rather it's like, oh, we can't make an actual video game. Let's just make Need for Speed again.
And I'm not even a big person who is into crash mode as much. I just like the whole arcade style racer, doing whatever you can to get boosts. That gameplay loop just felt really good. And Need for Speed, from what I can tell, has just been not great since maybe the early 360 gen.
Yes, people seem to have some sort of fondness for one of the super early ones on there that was a port from the PS2, I think.
Yes.
Every other one has just been bad.
That's my great news for this week.
I bet it still runs at 30 too.
Oh, absolutely. Ambition has no place here. This is our end of the generation cash-in.
Well, of course, this thing's probably running on Frostbite.
Yeah. I mean, Frostbite can run at 60 frames per second when DICE makes a game with it and no one else.
When they're making a type of game that engine was built for.
Yeah. That's all it can do.
Sometimes it's hard. It's hard to like cook up a good racing video game. You just can't do it.
Man, maybe we can cook up some other games instead. Bob, do you have any cooking games?
Well, Cooking Mama is coming back. Was Cooking Mama Cookstar?
Oh, is that like Popstar?
I guess.
Am I gonna karaoke while I cook?
News?
It's coming to PS4 and Switch. It looks really cool. They're adding a vegetarian mode. Oh, and blockchain technology.
What is that? I don't know what blockchain is. What is that?
Bitcoin.
I'm glad you asked, Casey. I'm now going to explain to you and the viewers what blockchain technology is.
Oh no, this isn't real.
Blockchain technology, Winklevoss twins, Bitcoin Cash, XRP.
No, I'm trying to read what the fuck this actual implementation is.
They have no idea.
No, it's in there. It's insane. It sounds like they want to be able to give consumers the ability to sell this specialized ID tag you get when you buy the game. It makes
Bob, that
no
can't
sense.
be true. This is fucking Cooking Mama.
Right?
It sounds to me like it's going to use the fucking CPU power of your platform to farm some shit, and then it gives you in-game currency.
They're gonna meld my Switch for Bitcoin?
Or maybe Ethereum.
This is insane.
I love the Bob saying it. Or maybe Ethereum.
Cooking Mama was a fucking first-party Nintendo game.
No. Yeah, I'm still reading this, trying to figure out what they think blockchain means.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
Oh God, they're wrong?
Sometimes these sort of things happen, but mostly in Silicon Valley, where they're like, we're going to use the blockchain because investors know that blockchain means Bitcoin, and Bitcoin
Planet
good.
Digital Partners. It seems like this is a fucking new thing, and their entire thing is we're going to scam you with blockchain.
I'm gonna read one sentence, and this pretty well illustrates how fucking off the goop this is. Okay, tell me if this sentence makes sense in any world you've existed in the past decades of being alive. Okay,
Sure.
Players will be able to focus on Cooking Mama's user experience rather than cryptographic key management. What?
This shit is a scam.
This sounds brave.
Yeah, crimes are often brave.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know. That's what I mean.
Brazenly trying to sell a product to children that mines cryptocurrency. Brave.
I mean, there's nothing in here that says it's gonna mine crypto.
It's true.
They just seem to have an insane idea of how in the world. Okay, for one, they're saying that each copy of the game comes with its own unique key that, of course, would be logged into the blockchain. Right. Which, yeah, that's what a blockchain does. It's everyone keeping track of everyone else. It's like if you want to imagine it, by being tapped into the blockchain with Bitcoin, you can verify that someone has a real Bitcoin and that Bitcoin's real, and everyone's constantly checking each other because everyone has a list of everything.
And using all the electricity in the world.
No, that's the part where you're mining it. That's the part that's using all the electricity in the world, which actually, as it turns out, is actually a completely meaningless endeavor, and it doesn't do anything. It's just the concept of work. But I'm not here to explain Bitcoin. I'm here to try to figure out what they're doing.
I reread all their stuff again. To me, it starts to turn into static and just say scam. I don't know who they're scamming or how, but that's what it's turning into as I look at it with my eyeballs.
So I have a more important question. Phil, what's the Metacritic going to be on this game?
35.
Bob.
The last one was 56. I'm thinking 20 points lower for being this weird scam.
Maybe this will fly under the radar, and they'll just see it as a moderately okay Cooking Mama game. Give it like a 75.
Dan.
Since it's a Metacritic, I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be 40. Because I think the majority of people are going to think it's bad. But one of the things I'm reading here, well, really quick, KZ, what do you think?
I think it's going to get an 80 because only one outlet will review it.
That's a fair bet.
Like, this list of features is insane. Part of it implies that they're trying to set up, like, resell your digital games through the blockchain.
Yeah, it seems like it's its own DRM and resale
This is the most
ability.
hilarious thing in the world. Because I looked into this game, like, earlier. Well, like, when it was
Like-
first announced and people were talking about it, I'm like, oh, this looks like a pretty fleshed out Cooking Mama game. And then I feel like I entered a parallel universe when we did this podcast.
It's like, this Cooking Mama game has vegetarianism. Also, e-crime.
Allegedly.
But
This is like if they had put out a trailer where Cooking Mama makes her vegetarian child a vegetarian carbonara that uses shiitake mushrooms instead of pork fat, and then just pulls out a gun and robs a convenience store, and it's also GTA.
yeah.
Raw.
70% of the features they're talking about with the blockchain thing almost make sense with it. Almost. And then there's that part where it says private key enabled balance DRM, which the best part is they hyphenated private key, but not the word key and enabled, which is where the hyphen should be in that sentence. But anyways, they say these combined items provide greater proof of ownership to legitimate owners of a game while also allowing them to resell games both digitally and in traditional retail outlets. How? What? You're going to install your own infrastructure and Sony's online, Nintendo's online, everyone's online? How the fuck do you
This
think
is a
this
Switch
makes
thing
sense?
only.
That doesn't...
Like,
That's not
are they
gonna
hoping
happen.
Nintendo are too stupid boomers to realize what they're doing?
Yeah, no, this is... And if Nintendo allowed this, then it would be the most insane shit since Sony was like, yeah, Konami, you can have your own network on the PlayStation Network, and then people have to log into your thing while they're logged into our thing in order to play Metal Gear Online, the absolute unit of an online shooter. Like, this is fucking insane.
I'm sad because I'm like, I kind of like Cooking Mama.
Yeah, the vegetarian mode sounds raw. Like, I'm being sincere. I read that bullet, and I was like, oh, that sounds great. What do you mean blockchain? What?
This is the weirdest story I think we've ever had.
Yes, no, there's no way we had a weirder story than Cooking Mama will enable the blockchain to subvert your retail expectations.
It reads
Man.
like an insane pitch for armchair devs.
It does. It sounds like somebody...
This is an armchair death.
It's an aggro pitch.
Yeah.
It's an aggro pitch.
It is. Yeah. It really is. Oh my god. Okay, we have to move. We have
The
to, we can't-
blockchain part is the thing he slips in the last second and a half of his 30-second elevator pitch.
Yes.
Yep. And it's mostly him just saying also the blockchain.
Also, this is, before we go on to the next news story, I gotta call back to the very beginning of the podcast when we were talking about Rain, the energy drink. They're being sued by Bang.
Good.
It happened in the middle of the podcast.
I need to go read this. Suit. Yeah, no, this is a clusterfuck. Bob, move on.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to disintegrate, Bob. Do you have anything related to disintegration in our news today?
Speaking of disintegrating and other things that seem like armchair dev pitches,
Oh no.
a new game called Disintegration was just announced in Edge magazine.
Can I just say this is a terrible fucking name?
Yeah, it's another one of those one-word names that's just bad. But it's
You know what? I'm sure the name Disintegration will become a memorable and widely beloved franchise.
You know what it reminds me of? You remember when Sci-Fi did that game that was a show, that was a game? What the hell was the name of that?
No.
that was this something else that started with a D.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is gonna kill
Devastation?
me. I think you're right.
Was
Maybe
it Devastation? Let me type in Devastation PS3.
I thought you were talking about the G4 show Portal.
Nope, it's not Devastation.
Defiance?
Defiance.
So yeah, that it reminds me.
Why didn't
of
I
that.
know this existed? Oh, April 2nd, 2013. That's why.
Yep. No, it was a mistake on multiple layers. But what's Disintegration, Bob? And is it also made by Sci-Fi?
It is not. It has Marcus Leto involved, which is apparently one of the original creators of Master Chief.
Oh, okay.
And other ex-Halo devs, around 30 people working on it.
All right.
It's going to have the play and feel of Halo, be a 10 to 12 hour campaign. You pilot hovering vehicles called grav cycles, and you command 4 AI ground soldiers while doing it. It also had a whole bunch of the story where it's like set in 100 years in the future, where half of humans had to like remove their brains from their bodies and put them into robot bodies, and then they had a war with the regular humans, and then you're playing as one of the machine men who has decided to turn against his people. So,
Race Trader, the video game.
yeah, Taste.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Haze is raw.
This is not raw.
Oh no, this is. Oh god, the cover of this looks so much like Haze. I was wondering what this was look like.
But we'll find out more on Monday, which is when this launches. So we don't have all the info yet. But I guess we're going to be seeing like actually all the content of the Edge magazine. They might be showing up at Gamescom to do some stuff.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I want to have some level of hope for this. It sounds like really bad, but maybe
the words you've written on the screen that I'm looking at look mostly appealing.
Yeah, it's really just when it becomes like, wait, how much of this game is about your hover vehicles that come in different types? And they're supposed to be online competitive, so I'm like...
Look, I can't shake... I'm looking at that Edge cover and just like, that looks exactly like the cover of Haze.
That's horrifying.
Well, I'm happy to announce that I finally understand the lawsuit. So apparently Rain is a knockoff of Bang made by Monster. They're getting sued by Bang because of market confusion because their cans are so similar.
Yeah, they're real similar.
Also, Monster is a very litigious company, so Bang is also trying to get it passed in a court that they will stop trying to sue the shit out of everyone in the energy drink business. Because Monster.
Oh, that's noble.
Monster apparently does that, which doesn't surprise me. They're the largest energy drink in America. Speaking of which, if you get a fucking time machine, invest in Monster. No, it's true. Their fucking stock did numbers, like really good numbers. It's fucking insane.
Honestly, if you have a time machine, just go back like 3 years and put all your money into Bitcoin and then sell the moment it hits 18K.
Actually, didn't it hit 31K this time? Did it hit something absolutely bonkers?
Remember?
I think 18 was the highest it ever went.
Let me check real quick. Yeah, okay. It looks like 12K is the highest it ever hit. Well, wait. 1 second. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at the
20.
looking at the
20K. Because it's $19,650 for 1 day. That's not a bubble, though.
I have a piece of news that I've just willed into existence. Apparently,
oh, that's unfortunate. Okay,
I just saw that it popped up on my feed. The iconic band Korn will be appearing and doing a concert in Adventure Quest.
What the fuck is Adventure Quest?
How do you not know what Adventure Quest is? It's the iconic MMO you played in your browser in the year 2003.
Hey Bob, do you know what Adventure Quest is?
No.
Okay, KZ, you're the only person on this podcast that knows what Adventure Quest is.
Okay, so Adventure Quest was a flash animated turn-based like MMO-esque thing that existed and seems to still it's very, very weird. I'm trying to pull up screenshots for you. You'd go around and click around a map, and then you'd go into this very basic battle menu.
Yeah, that looks like that era. Yeah.
Its art is very, very good.
I like anime Jason there. It's raw.
It's very raw. You know, in around the year 2003, I was playing good games like Gunbound.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is what KZ played in Gunbound. What a
that's
shame.
tragic.
Oh,
What a
God,
shame.
Gunbound is that far back? Jesus.
Yeah, it is. That was
You know, when you
Gunbound's a good
get on
game,
the
Sip.
computer, and sometimes you're like, what is there to offer for someone for free?
uh-huh.
And then you just look at stuff like Adventure Quest and go, man, this sure looks great.
I can't afford Maple Story this month. I guess I'll play this.
This was before Maple Story, Bob. It was like, I can't afford Ragnarok Online.
This was like, here's this thing that works on a browser and seems okay.
I can't afford Grull.
What the fuck's Grohl?
Man, we're sure digging up a lot of old shit.
Is that the right thing? Oh, maybe it's Graal. Yeah, it's Graal. Graal.
Graal. I sure
Was
do
an old
see
MMO-esque thing that looked like Link to the Past, so it got real popular for a little bit.
Oh God! Oh no!
I'm gonna need listeners in the YouTube comments to sound off if you know or have touched Adventure Quest before.
Or any of these other monstrosities.
You know what? You know what? I'm making the straw poll right now. Here we go.
What, between Gunbound, Graal, and Adventure Quest?
Yeah.
Throw Ragnarok Online in there too. See if anybody had money.
Okay, so we got Gunbound. We got Ragnarok.
Bob, you didn't need money to play. You didn't need need money. What you did was you got on a Ragnarok Online private server that had 500 times the experience growth.
Oh, I never got that. I just was playing in the simple zone where it's like, well, you played for the first 3 levels. Now you don't have anything to do. Give us money.
I thought Bob was gonna say, "Oh, I didn't do that. I wasn't poor."
So we got Gunbound, Guns the Duel, Grawl Online, Ragnarok Online, Maple Story, and you're gonna have to say the name of your game one more time, KZ. Adventure Quest.
Yes, Adventure Quest, the best name of
Dan,
all time.
Dan, I played every single one of those except KZ's.
Well, did you play Guns the Duel?
And if you're gonna, yes, I played Guns the Duel. You wall run and swing katanas. It's raw.
It's very raw.
It is very raw. Guys, you need to look that one up.
Now, Dan,
It's Guns
if you also
with
if
a
you,
Z?
can, if you can have 7 options, you also have to put in Rose Online, where Rose was an acronym for Rush on 7 episodes.
Okay, I'm doing it.
I'm just saying that I played a cultured game at times. I mean, look at this battle. It looks real good.
Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. I made the poll. People could answer with multiple answers. It is now locked in. I'm going to post that in the Discord so that way people can put it into the description for the video later. Boop. There we go. I guess I should participate. Here we go.
Now, is it time for me to run through the death bracket
Death bracket of what? Oh, of news.
of my news?
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so THQ Nordic bought like 18 million studios this weekend.
Raw. They own the
Milestone,
Darksiders studio
SRL, Gunfire Games. But the one that made the newest one didn't the one that made 1 and 2 already die?
Basically, but that was supposedly formed with some of the members or something like that.
Because I remember explicitly that when that studio got shut down, JP Kellums from Platinum was like, if you got laid off, come, send Platinum's hiring. And then somebody was a real dick and it's like, I don't want to work on the fucking Wii U. I want to work on real platforms. And I was like, Jesus Christ, you're a fucking dickhead.
But yeah, the Darksiders 1 and 2, most of the key members went on to do Gunfire Games, which then made 3, and then some other studio did the spin-off one that's coming out.
And then Goodbye Kansas, which is like apparently multiple studios under one banner. Those other THQ Nordic knows. Volition is making a new Saints Row. I kind of thought they were doomed after Agents of Mayhem tanked into the core of the earth.
Right? I didn't.
I'm glad they're pivoting and saying we'll do what we know.
I'm curious about it because it's going to be a reboot because that's what Agents of Mayhem was. It was like, okay, at the end of Gat Out of Hell, everything got rebooted. and then Agents of Mayhem took place in that rebooted world, and then that game failed. So I guess this is going to just be rebooted.
Or they'll just ignore that and be like, what do you mean reboot? Nah.
If this is fucking Steelport again, I'm going to piss blood.
I hope they add all the stuff from Red Faction Guerrilla in, where you just break things apart really articulately.
I hope they make a Saints Row game as good as 2 again.
You think your dreams are even higher.
Dead Island 2 was brought up to reveal it was doomed, I guess.
I mean, this is the closest to real it's been in the last 5 years.
It is
forever.
no longer being developed by Sumo Digital. It is now being developed by the people behind Homefront: The Revolution. The game Giant Bomb gave a 3 out of 10 because it hitched for 40 seconds whenever it auto-saved.
Yeah.
Dead Island 2 is a game that should have come out like half a decade ago. And also, I think is worse than Duke Nukem Forever now, with how many like studios and places it's been thrown at.
No.
That shit's fucked.
We need 8 more years before it hits that tier.
I guess in terms of like being thrown to other people.
I mean, Hellfront Revolution apparently got a lot better after patches. Like, that was one of the games Digital Foundry kept checking in on. And by the end of it, apparently it loaded fine and ran well on console. It was weird.
Yeah, I think it was like 5 months of patches, and by the end of the 5th month, it was actually fucking stellar. Like, it performed really well, and it's like, wow, too bad I played the game when it came out, and then decided I never wanted to play it again.
Right?
What must it be like to work on Dead Island 2? Because you gotta know that you're working on the most unappealing idea ever.
Here's what it's like. As long as this project still exists, they won't fire me.
Yeah. I mean, heck, now they might be getting all that Epic Games money. I think that THQ Nordic might be entirely based on, like, we can just Epic Games money will just pay us.
Imagine if Epic gets Dead Island 2 as an Epic Store exclusive.
Feels gonna nut. How dare you put this in his brain like this? I've never heard him go that high pitched.
That's the funniest thing in the world.
It'll happen. Mark my words.
It's just like walking into a pet store and picking out the dead cat for your child.
Sometimes shit gets a little too real on this podcast.
Oh God, I hope we end up in that timeline where Tim Sweeney just has no fucking ability to judge what a quality a game is at all.
He really liked
I'm
that
okay.
E3 trailer, alright?
I'm okay. Oh God.
I noticed you missed
Jesus Christ.
one thing on this THQ Nordic stuff. They apparently got the guy who was the co-creator of Time Splitters to come work for them and work on in a new studio to work on like the foundations of that series. So that's cool.
I did see
That sounds good. I mean, THQ Nordic, like, they own Deep Silver, which is trash, as we've discussed before. But I mean, they consistently produce 7 out of 10s. I don't have anything against THQ Nordic. They're the only middleware developer left.
You know, maybe we're being too
Or publisher,
harsh.
rather.
Maybe we're being too harsh. Maybe Deep Silver is just the GoBots of game publishers.
Oh my God, that's more cruel than what we usually do.
Yeah. They're that one specific GoBot that's a helicopter, and when you transform him into a robot, his
He
propeller
just
is on
breaks.
his fucking chest.
Oh man.
Now, THQ Nordic's interesting because it's like, hey, it's like a place that's just making a shit ton of AA games, and I'm like, I'd like that.
There's still a need
Yeah,
for that.
that's good.
I loved that era where it was like the PS2, and you would just get hundreds of just licensed games, and some of them were all right, like that SpongeBob game that they're just straight up remaking, which I really hope is good.
I mean, I've heard that Darksiders 3 is surprisingly good for the fact that it like must have had the budget of like a nickel.
Right.
A toothpick and a stick of gum.
You know what else I have a great need for from the PS2 era that's really coming back strong? Variety and controller colors. Because guess what, motherfuckers? We got some new colors for PS4 controllers. Have you seen this, Bob?
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good colors. We got rose gold, which is fine. It's whatever. We got titanium blue, which is pretty nice. We got electric fucking purple. We got a purple PlayStation controller. I'm so excited.
I want to buy that. I might buy that.
I'm definitely buying it. I have to.
That electric purple one's real good. I might have to buy that.
It's real good.
That's a really good shade of purple.
I may also get the titanium blue because, this is like, let's be real. The PS5 is coming out next year. I'm not going to be buying any more DualShock 4s past a certain point pretty soon. So I might as well.
Unless they're compatible. You never know.
I mean, true. It may be compatible. I think if anything, the next controller will probably have a better battery life and get rid of the touchpad, but we'll see.
And add in freaking Type-C USB.
Oh, yeah, it's going to add... Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the after the loading. Having a fucking USB-C port is how fucking pitiful is that USB-B sucks so bad that USB-C is that big of a promotion.
I know, right?
The Chad USB-C.
It's so smooth.
The Virgin USB Micro. Flimsy wrist breaks on a notice.
Its own pressure.
Right?
Micro USB that's on the PS4 is the Kyrie's wrist of connectors.
Yes, but no. The micro USB is going to do something this time.
Please don't lift your DualShock 4 via the USB. It may just shatter.
Speaking of stuff that wasn't on the docket that just came out, the PC version of the Grandi collection is out in September.
Yep. Yeah, I was reading about that.
Hopefully they unfuck it.
I was actually talking to a developer friend of mine. They didn't know about this release with the waifu upscaler, and they're like, "What? I didn't know anything about that." When I showed them footage, they're like, "This is hideous. This is so bad." Usually when we work on this stuff, I'll use waifu as a temporary upscaler for assets until we're nearing the end and I can swap it out for good quality assets. They're just shipping with this?
God, please let the PC port be easy to crack open and for them to just stick the old assets back in.
It's gonna be you're gonna see a fucking line in the .ini file and it's just gonna say waifu, yes, no.
Oh no.
Good, yes, no, and it's set to no.
That'd be really good.
Oh,
Set the value to 0 instead of 1.
And then you're done.
So, dunking on Epic news, Borderlands 3, which I think it's fair to say is the biggest Epic exclusive at the moment, like in terms of what isn't out. Won't have fucking preloading.
Oh man, Borderlands 3 won't have
preloading. It's an Epic store. I'm not surprised. They don't have a fucking cart over there.
Certain people on Twitter congratulated or celebrated the Epic Store getting some new features with the new update, and then snidely remarked that now the goalposts are going to be moved so that way people can keep complaining about the Epic Store. Certain people.
You mean the fact that it still is woefully underfeatured?
Now, Phil, this isn't about facts. This is about owning the gamers.
Now,
thank you.
Is it sad that I just assumed this is a Rami Ismail post?
I haven't checked Rami Ismail's Twitter. He may have tweeted the exact same thing.
Rami is the fucking definition of that image I keep tweeting. I need the shittiest take you have. No, that's too shitty.
I assumed it was going to be about him or Movie Pop.
It's neither of them. I'm not going to name names because I'm attacking ideas, not people.
And you're getting a huge win in the battle of ideas.
You're damn right.
Borderlands 3 only doesn't have preloading on Epic Store. Is that right? Okay. It still has it on PS4 and Xbox One. They are insane.
Wouldn't that be the worst thing in the fucking world? They're like, no, it can't have it on consoles either because we suck.
I can't wait till... Okay, so here's the thing. You know how Nier doesn't run great on PCs, Nier Automata?
Yeah.
Well, part of the reason why is that the light texture or whatever, the The lighting is baked in at a resolution 4 times higher than it needs to be based on the actual resolution it was authored at, so it's insanely bloated. So one of the most popular mods just cuts down the resolution to a fourth of what it was, and it looks so identical that people can't even fucking point out the difference. I'm me,
Wow.
and I was looking at it and I couldn't fucking tell. This is going to have one of those moments, but it's going to be with every texture in the game. It's gonna be like,
no.
Did you guys store this as bitmaps? Okay,
When is this coming out?
Next month.
What, Borderlands?
Yeah.
That's like
I think
early
October?
September. Nah, it is very soon. I believe it's the first week of September.
See, I wish I knew, but my local Borderlands 2
September
fan,
13th.
my local
September
Borderlands
13th.
2 fan keeps telling me that the PC version comes out next year.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that is pretty close. I'm somewhat interested. Like, I looked at footage and went,
Just 3
I may
weeks
need
until
this.
Randy Pitchford is arrested because the clown world dictates he be arrested the day it comes out.
Oh my god, you're right.
you know what? We are in a clown world thanks to that Cooking Mama post.
You know, fucking
Yeah.
I was talking to Aggro earlier this week, and he's like, there's no fucking way we're in the main timeline anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? GigaBoots is doing well. That's how you know.
Speaking of the clown world, Nintendo is can they just stop?
No.
Like, no, you can't. No, we're going to shit on everybody who uploads the music for our games. No, we won't put it on anything. You can get so much game music on every one of those music streaming services now. Not Nintendo, though. Fuck you. We don't even know why.
Vamco, like, put up a bunch of Tekken soundtracks on, like, Spotify or something this week.
You know, I heard
It's becoming really common.
I saw that Nintendo's music started showing up on Spotify from some weird labeled uploaders, and it's not confirmed whether it's Nintendo themselves or some third party who's just trying to screw them after this event. But we should describe what the event was.
They're just having channels that upload Nintendo music taken down. It's one of their waves that happens every so often where it's just like, fuck you, don't post our shit down.
Yeah, on YouTube. They're just
On YouTube,
smashing
like,
everything. So that's Brawlster, that's Gilva Stunner.
I'm not gonna fucking make your shit available and I won't bitch at you about this.
I have to look this up now. Is it Gilva Stunner or Giva Stunner?
It's Gilva.
Okay, it's Gilva Stunner. Thank God.
Oh, you meant like between the fake one that just does the Flintstone rips and then the actual one.
Yeah, because the thing was like the fake one's called Siva Gunner, so I didn't know if the real one was called Gilva or Giva because the other one's Siva.
You know, like, that's the coolest progression I've ever seen. Where I followed the original Silva Gunner, who uploaded a lot of like RPG tracks and stuff. And then this person got inspired to do the same thing, but they just inverted the name. And then Triple Q and other people just made a one that looks like that one to make high quality rips.
Mm-hmm.
Which then had to change its name again. It's just a spiral of madness.
It is, yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeesh. The funny thing is, it came out, they did a Q&A for Siva Gunner at one point, and the guy who runs Gilva Stunner's like, why me? and they responded, well, it was a choice between you and Brawlster 3M, and your name was way easier to make a parody of.
That's funny. So, in news that shocked the shit out of me, mainly because I had been thinking about it earlier this week, King's Bounty 2 has been announced. If you don't know what King's Bounty is, it is a very old PC game, like 1990. It is very similar to Heroes of Might and Magic, but it predates that series. If you are aware of it nowadays, you have probably played the revivals that came out. They came out from like 2009 to 2014. Like one came out a year, and there's like 5 of them. It's like King's Bounty, The Legend, Dark Side, Heroes of the North, Armored Princess, and something else. There's like 4 or 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're all right. I've played almost all of them.
Oh, that's cool.
but they're making 2. It looks a lot like more realistic and is apparently going to be like more of a modern game because the revival ones were like really low budget to the point where they like couldn't even bother to think up in-universe justifications for some mechanics. So like you get your spell book that will let you like nuke the enemy field, and you'll get into a boss fight and click the spell book, and it'll a prompt will pop up and say, sorry, the bosses have to be hard. And you can't use your spells.
That's insane.
I actually have seen this. I think I saw this software, etc.
Oh yeah, I may have seen it at like something like that too.
They're like $10. They're like $10 each on Steam. They're fine. Like if you want to try one, go ahead. I would try the most recent one because it probably has like the most polish.
And if you want to try the oldest one, it is apparently available on myabandonware.com. Beware though, it looks like a cross between Ultima and in like 2 shots it's giving me Oregon Trail vibes. Like 1 or 2 shots has a
and now
maps.
Sliding in at the very last minute.
Oh no, screwy.
The last news story of the episode. Anthem.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They have lost
It's like
their
an
lead
old friend.
producer, Ben Irving. Now,
Oh no.
when a game loses, when a company loses a staff member, on its own, that doesn't really mean much. You know, people decide they want to do something else. They get out of the industry entirely. You know, they change jobs.
Yeah. No, it just happens.
Ben Irving is going to another company to do the exact same thing.
Ooh.
Is there someone else with a dying online game that he's trying to rescue?
So
I think he meant the exact same job, not literally making the same game.
Yeah, not taking the same game, but doing the exact same job in a similarly large role. So it's not like it's like it reeks of Escape.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Just reading the story of the development of Anthem was enough for me to want to get out of BioWare, and I'm not even there. What a nightmare.
It's like Amazon.
So I'm going to reiterate, summer 2020 at the latest for BioWare being shut down.
Okay. Possible.
That's my premonition. They will cut them before next gen because they're cleaning up their organization chart.
We have a show like that.
Bob, what's your guess for BioWare? Are they getting shut down? When?
When are they getting shut down? This is really sad. At the same time, I'm not that sad about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like they're going to let people have hope through the first half a year of next gen. So it'll be 2021 summer. They're just quietly shut.
Okay. My guess is their last game will ship 1 year early in 2022 for the PS5 and Xbox 2 or whatever it's called. And it'll be obvious that it was shipped out way too early, and it will just be the most depressing game from them yet.
It'll be called Dragon Age 4.
Mass Effect Andromeda shipped so broken that there's no way Sony didn't pay millions of dollars to ham-fist it through compliance.
Wait.
A game more broken than that is...
You mean they paid Sony millions
Mass
of
Effect,
dollars?
Oh yes, both because it came out on everything.
But what you said is
Microsoft
Sony paid millions of dollars to ham.
Oh yeah, no. EA must have paid it because that game.
Yeah, I could.
Everybody was posting videos of characters just T-posing through the floor.
Yeah, no, that thing's unreal.
Giant Bomb's when discussing that game, Vinny just said, "I don't think I've played a more broken game at launch and had such a horrible experience."
Sounds like he needs to play Lichdom Battle Mage.
Oh, my premonition of BioWare is they won't die, they'll just be rare.
They're sent to the Force of Mines or whatever EA's equivalent is.
What is EA's?
Where they're
equivalent
like,
of the Force of Mine?
it's still there, but they're never gonna do anything you actually want ever.
It's either map creation
They're
for
already not
Battlefield
doing that.
or racer creation for Need for Speed.
The
What are you
thought.
talking about? They're making a Dragon Age game, Phil.
That article that was it Schreier? Was it Press Sneak Fuck?
I think so.
Probably.
Yes, he made one.
Where he put out about Dragon Age 4 was so funny because it included a bunch of ideas for the game, and I'm like, you motherfuckers included the most sequel hook shit I've ever seen. You literally ended Dragon Age Inquisition with, "Hi, I'm the villain of the next game. I'm going to immediately start my plan to kill all life as we know it." And then that article's like, "We were thinking you might be a pirate, and it would be about pirates."
Well, of course, when it came out in a story that was like, yeah, we secretly announced that. You all right?
That's all. Well, that's all the news.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the BioWare FC employee Twitter accounts to start springing up. For them to be like, working at BioWare is really fulfilling. It's great. I love it. I love my job.
Please don't pay any attention to the fact my icon was generated by an algorithm.
Please don't notice that my text spills out, "Help me."
No, my icon is a stock photo because I used to be a stock photo model. Oh, wait, I mean, that's my twin brother who was a stock photo model.
Yeah, that was actually one of the Amazon things, in case you didn't read the thread, Bob.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's literally tells one person that's my photo because I used to be a stock photo model, tells another person that's my twin brother. You can tell us apart because my ear's longer.
What in the world?
Yeah, no, somebody should stop Amazon.
So, Dan,
Yeah.
you and Bob make content. What you got cooking up?
I don't know.
It's still cooking, I see.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Casey. I'm gonna tell you this, but you can't share it with the internet, okay?
Okay, I'll bleep this out.
Okay, it's just between me and you. So feel you can't listen either. It's just between me and Casey.
Okay, I'll take off my headphones.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Casey, I don't even know what we're streaming tomorrow.
Oh no.
I have no idea.
Well, it's fine. The way this works is since we're recording the podcast right now, it doesn't come out till Monday, so it's like we're living in Monday, which means you're living in the future now.
Oh,
so the stream's already happened, so you not knowing what you're going to stream now is perfectly acceptable.
Okay. So no, one second. Oh man, Bob, that stream on Friday, am I right?
Yeah, so good.
It was
So much
good.
Mario Maker. It was crazy.
God damn it.
Okay,
Casey.
can I put my headphones back on?
Yeah, you can put it back on, sweetie.
Okay.
And that's
I
what
didn't
we're
hear any
doing
of
in the
that.
next week. What are you doing,
Well,
Casey?
Same old content. There's not actually anything that's going to be changing with me, so it's just Fire Emblem, the Nuzlocke, and I'm going to try and stream more. I actually got ahead on content, and I'm just waiting for the heat to stop. It's finally cooling down because it's 11 p.m.
Have you considered blowing up the sun?
The last person I've seen get that mad at the sun was proudly saying, "I'm going to kill you at sun," and then got banned from Twitter.
That's so good.
Not banned, but like temporarily locked, and I DM'd him like, "Did you fucking threaten a Twitter sun account?" I don't want to talk about it.
Good fucking
Owned.
Yeah, fucking Gen Z, am I right?
Please don't accuse an entire generation of being prowly. Thank you.
Okay, Europeans, am I right?
So, Phil, I assume we're still operating on the same basis of you'll know when you know, and until then,
Yeah.
stop asking.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
The hardest worker on our podcast.
I guess just keep track of our Twitch accounts, you know, because we stream.
Man, I may not produce many streams, but I could build you a fucking house.
True, one time you threatened to drop one on me.
Turns out, Phil's been going to the gym. He's now as ripped as Iron Tager from fucking Blaze Blue.
turns out his super is just the villager final smash.
Yeah, that sounds right. By the way, Bob, I'll share this with you because I only mentioned this on a KZ stream, and I feel like it should exist anywhere else in content.
Sure.
I was trying to find a height reference for people on the internet for how short Tosh is. Tosh is my girlfriend, by the way, everyone. Anyways, so I look it up. Rachel Alucard from Blaze Blue is an inch taller.
Okay.
And then a terrible, dreadful thought enters my mind, and I want to push it out, so I search up every other character's height. Guess what the closest height to mine is? Ragna.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is awful.
This is raw.
Now I'm just imagining Patrick Seitz using Ragna's exasperated voice being like, I have to edit how many podcasts?
Thanks for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. This show, like our other podcasts, is only possible with the generous time our co-hosts have given to us and the equipment we've bought to make it higher quality and easier to produce. Please consider supporting our podcast series on our GigaBoots podcast Patreon and look forward to more gamer premonitions and Big Think Dimension in the future. This GigaBoots video was brought to you by our magnanimous executive producers, Vincent Poverg, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Brendan O'Sullivan, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Shadow in the Darkness, Dryzart, and Red Blaze 27. And also these guys. Head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today so you can try to be as cool as these people.